Namaste. I am Anita Goa and welcome to practice number 4 of Beginner 8, which is my beginner series teaching you how to practice vinyasa yoga, or my interpretation of it, Goa Flow. If you want the entire series, you can find a link to it in the description box below. Let's get started. What I have on the menu for you today is going to be super fun. This is really when we start to take all of the parts that we've been practicing in the first 3 videos and we now start to connect it into a whole. And from now on, there are so many possibilities. So I hope that you guys have had fun with really grounding yourself into your feet and centering yourselves into the core as well as into your breath. So we will keep working on that over and over again in so many different ways so that we of course expand ourselves into victory. That is the goal. So today we're going to explore some sun salutations, standing yoga poses, as well as reclined yoga poses. And I'm going to introduce you to drishti, which is basically a focal point. And we use our eyes to focus in to various places and areas so that helps us to really get a good sense of where we're at and how we're doing and how we need to maybe adjust along the way. And that's really, really juicy. So it should be a good meal. And I hope that it will nourish you in some way, because that's what it's all about, right? What you're going to need in this practice are 2 yoga blocks. I love to integrate the yoga blocks in the beginning because it gives you that extra leverage so that you can find the muscles and engage the muscles that will help to support you in your flow. And also a yoga strap is going to be helpful as well. So if you don't have exactly this, use whatever you have in your house to your disposal and just make the most and the best of it. So if you're seated like me, we're going to come up into a standing position and start at the front of our mat. So let's get started. So standing with your feet together, they can be a little bit apart, that's okay, with your toes lifted, rooting down into the 4 corners of your feet. Find your mountain pose, or also referred to as Namaste. And that just means equally standing on both feet. And finding a balance between the lower body, the upper body, front and back body, and side body. Palms together in front of your heart. It's basically the same as the stick pose or dandasana that we did on the floor. So we always return into this Namaste or mountain pose every time we have completed a vinyasa. So center yourself into your breath. Just find your ujjayi breathing, the vinyasa yoga breath. And if you feel a little swinging and swaying in your body, that's okay. Just feel the legs supporting you, the core supporting you, your breath supporting you. And just let your breath be with you in every movement that you make. It's basically the red thread. A thread in Sanskrit is a sutra, just like the Yoga Sutras. There are little threads, and this is the red thread throughout the entire practice. We are just training ourselves to breathe no matter what happens. So the sun salutation that I'll be teaching you is called Sun Salutation A, or Surya Namaskar A. Surya means sun, and Namaskar means salutation. So we are saluting the sun. And this salutation comes from the Ashtanga yoga tradition. So there are many different sun salutations, and this is one of them. So now let's try to put it all together. Open your eyes. And then inhale, sweep the arms to the side and up. Gaze it up to your thumbs. So your drishti, or your focal point, is towards your thumbs. And then exhale, softly fold over your thighs. Bend the knees, drape your torso over the thighs. You can take your blocks and place them next to you. Inhale to halfway pose, keeping the knees bent. Stay on your fingertips, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. So come to a sort of a flat back. And then ground the palms, step the right foot back to a low lunge. Line that left knee over the ankle and press back into the right heel. Then press through the arms, lift your navel, round your back a little bit as if you're doing a cat stretch. Feel that you're wrapping your shoulder blades a bit into your armpits. And as you press the floor away from you, try to lift that left leg off and step it back into a plank pose. Here, keep your shoulders over your wrists. So this plank and knees on the ground are exactly the same. This is just a modification, and this is a little bit more challenging. Now we're going to lower down into a chaturanga, and in practice number 3 we use the belt, and you can use the belt if you want to. I'll give you a different variation. Take your blocks to the highest level. Come into your modified plank, shifting your hips forward, drop through the navel. Wrap your shoulder blades a bit into your armpits as you draw your heart forward. And slowly, as you lean forward and you bend your elbows, you're going to lower down and maybe look in a mirror to see where you're at. But see now that my elbows are in line with my shoulders and my elbows are on top of my wrists. So this is where you want to be. You don't want to sink into your hips. You don't want your hips to be up, but you want it all to be lined up. Good. Then lower the pelvis to the floor. Feel the pubic bone to the floor. Lift the heart. Roll the shoulders open. Baby cobra or upward facing dog if you wish. Look forward. Lift out of your shoulders. And then exhale to come out of this. Draw up through the navel. Press through the palms like you find a little rounding in your back like a cat stretch. Again, curl the toes under and lift the knees and draw your sitting bones up to the ceiling. Good. Let your head drop and set your eyes at a spot there behind you. That's your drishti. Breathe in here and exhale here. So you want to feel like you're pressing the floor away from you. Heels can be off the floor for now. I just want you to develop length in your spine and feel that you're in a position where you can breathe. You're in your arms, but feel that your weight is drawing back into your legs. So heels can be off or knees can be a little bit bent. That's fine. Then look forward and place your palms onto the blocks. And draw the right knee into the navel. Really lift the navel up into the spine, knee to the navel, round your spine as you send your shoulders forward and step that right foot forward. And you feel a lot of abdominal integration there, right? And a good stretch of the right side of your spine. Take a little dip down and then push off, step the left foot forward. Inhale, halfway pose. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, keeping the toes lifted, rooting down into the four corners of your feet, and gaze up to your thumbs, and exhale, Namaste. Let's do that again. Inhale, rise, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step the left foot back this time. Line the right knee over the ankle. Roll the shoulders open. Press with the palms, draw up through the abs. Notice how my spine rounds in a little bit. And lift up. Use your abdominals to lift and step that right foot back. Exhale again to a chaturanga. You can use your strap or use the blocks or try to lower yourself to halfway down. Try not to sink into your shoulders or crunch up into your neck. Keep it all drawn down. And then inhale, baby cobra or upward dog. Yogi's choice. Try to keep the knees on the ground for now. Just find that length in your spine. And then exhale, draw in through the navel, really press the floor away from you. Curl the toes under And draw the seat up to the sky. And drop your head down. Good, hold it here. Breathe in fully. And breathe out completely. Now my hands are on the blocks, and that's also another option. If you feel like that is better for you at this moment, might give you a little bit more room in your shoulders, might make you feel like there's a little bit more space. Maybe the heels can draw a little bit closer to the ground. Maybe you need to keep your knees a little bit bent. So just explore. You want to feel like your weight is drawing back into your legs. So over time, downward facing dog becomes actually a resting pose. Funny how things change, right? Then shift your shoulders forward and draw the left knee into the navel and softly step that left foot forward. You never want to throw your leg forward. Take a little dip down and step the right foot forward. Inhale halfway and exhale fold. Inhale rise and exhale namaste. Okay, good so far. So that's a full sun salutation A. Now I'm going to continue with this, but we're going to add on to it. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, right foot back. Inhale, left foot back. Exhale to chaturanga, either straight or on your knees, with your blocks or with your strap. Inhale, baby cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Alright, now we inhale, step the right foot forward. Pivot your left heel in as you exhale. And then inhale, lift it all the way up to a warrior two. Keep your toes lifted. Find the four corners of your feet. Feel your lower belly lifted, heart lifted, stretching the arms in both directions. Back and forward. Then inhale, straighten out the right leg. And exhale, bend it over to the right for triangle pose. So you're going to start to feel the stretch into the left side of your waist. Sliding the right hand down along your shin, just holding it lightly. Pin your shoulder blades together and reach the left arm up. Now your focal point, your drishti, can be down towards your big toe, to the side, or up towards your left thumb. So just try them on, and then see where your neck feels the best, and where your breath is the deepest. That's the most important. Draw the shoulders down and feel that your legs are supporting you, feeling that stretch into the left side of your waist, as well as into your right hamstring, the muscle in the back of your thigh. Good, inhale, lift it up. Exhale to warrior two. Keep staying rooted and low. Draw in through the navel and lift. Feel like you're lifting your rib cage up out of your hips. Go to reverse warrior two. So you go up and back and gaze either down to the left big toe, to the side, or up towards the right fingertips. And then exhale, we're going to cartwheel. Really draw in through the navel, lift and lower the hands back to the floor. Pivot the left heel off and step it back into plank pose. Good. Exhale it to chaturanga, either straight or on the knees. Just lower halfway down where the elbows, shoulders and hips are in the same plane. Inhale to baby cobra or upward dog. And exhale it into downward facing dog. Hold it there. Set your eyes at that spot behind you. Breathe in and breathe out. And what's so wonderful about the drishti is that as you're focusing into that point, it gives you a good sense of what's happening within your body. So if you start to feel like you have too much weight in the arms, then you can start to adjust and shift
and draw that weight a little bit further back into your legs. So it's helpful, it draws the outward looking eye back in to you. Then draw the left knee to the navel and step the left foot forward. Pivot the right heel in as you exhale. And then inhale, lift up to Warrior Two. And exhale right there, keeping the toes lifted, using the legs, drawing up through the belly, lift through the heart, stretching the arms in both directions. And then inhale, straighten out the left leg. And exhale it into triangle pose. So only go as far as your left hamstring allows you to, and the right side waist allows you to. Pin the shoulder blades together. Notice where your drishti is at here, down, to the side, or up. Never ever put your head or your drishti in a position that compromises your breath. Alright, so if you're in this position and you can barely breathe, it's not a good place to be. Right? You will not be nourishing yourself. You will not be moving into your highest potential in a suffocated position, right? Inhale, lift up, and exhale back to Warrior Two, lining the left knee over the ankle. So feel the rootedness, drawing through the belly. Feel like you're lifting the ribcage up out of the hips as you inhale to reverse Warrior Two. You can look down to the right big toe, to the side, or up towards the left fingertips. And then exhale, cartwheel, really draw in as you lift up and slowly lower the hands to the floor. Pivot the right heel off. Yeah, good. Take a little dip down and step the right foot forward. Inhale halfway and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. And exhale, Namaste. Very good. Feels good, right? So it's all about starting to move as effortlessly, as mindfully as we possibly can as connected units. Now you can continue to stay at the front of your mat. I'm just going to turn to the side so that you can see me. And we're going to balance on one leg. Now your toes are spread, but they're grounded. Just make sure that you don't squeeze your toes and you suffocate them. So just keep them grounded and spread. Draw in through your lower belly as you keep your focal point in front of you. So I have my eyes on you. I can see you. And as you shift your weight into your left leg, drawing in through the lower abdomen, you start to lift the right leg off the floor. Interlace your fingers and draw the knee towards your chest. You can keep your hands behind your knee as well. That's fine. And then try to maintain that mountain pose, so that's Samasthiti. Okay, by keeping the chest lifted, shoulders drawn down, feeling the shoulder blades wrapping a little bit into your armpits. And you're pressing the floor away from you, standing tall and proud. Beautiful, in your full glory. Then release the leg a little bit and take your right hand onto the ankle. And see if you can open the knee to the side for tree pose. Pressing the right foot to the inside of your left thigh, like pressing them against each other. Keep drawing up through the pelvic floor and the lower abs so that you find your center, or maintain your center, maintain your drishti, and try to work your palms together. So just see how far up along your thigh your right foot goes. And then maybe see how you can stretch your edge. Stretching into victory. Your index finger and your thumbs can stay together. Good. All right, then come back to the center. Draw your knee in and release it down. Excellent. Excellent. And then find your Samasthiti, equal standing on both feet. So you might have felt that strength happening into your left leg. Now shift the weight over into the right as you draw the navel in, keep the focal point in front of you and lift the left leg up. So it basically happens all at the same time.
I can't possibly say it all at the same time. So now find that length, drop the shoulders down. And it's not so important how high up your leg goes. It's more important that your spine is elongated and that you try to maintain that samasthiti. Okay? So just allow your hips to open up in their own time. No pressure. Now release the leg a little bit and take a hold of the left ankle. Open the knee to the side and try to press that left foot against the right thigh. Feel like they're pressing, squeezing against each other. That helps you to maintain a foundation. And pelvic floor is lifted, lower belly is lifted, heart is lifted. It's all lifted. You're breathing, you're focused, you're connected. And even if you're swinging and swaying, that's completely fine. Feel free to extend the arms out, right? We don't want to be stiff and rigid. We just want to find that balance. Practice the tree analogy. Being rooted, centered, grounded, but there is room to move. All right, slowly come back to the center. Draw the knee in and release the leg down. Yeah, so good, so good. Good balance. Not every day is the same, so some days you might find that you have more balance than others. So just put in the practice and then just let it go. No big deal if you're falling all over the place. Just keep at it. Now we're going to do the second sun salutation and just add on a few things here. So feet together again. Inhale, rise. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale the left foot back to a low lunge. Inhale the right foot back into a plank pose. Exhale to chaturanga, either straight or on your knees, yogi's choice. So just do whatever feels right for you. Inhale to upward dog. If you want to start to lift the knees and the shins a little bit higher off the ground, you can, but make sure that you create the length so you don't feel any compression along your spine. And then exhale, pull the navel in, lift the hips, and then we start to roll over our toes. And that's why we practiced pointing and flexing the feet in our practice number 1. So there is some sense in the madness. Now notice the downward facing dog this time around. If it starts to feel like your spine is a little bit longer, maybe your calves and your hamstrings feel a little longer. And once that happens, then shifts happen. And then use your drishti to focus in and to notice how you need to make adjustments accordingly. Just keep breathing. Good, now we're going to draw the left knee to the navel and step the left foot forward. Take a little bend in the knees and come up into a crescent lunge. But we're going to straighten out the front leg and straighten out the back leg. Feel that your hips are facing forward and press back into the right heel a little bit. Okay, feel both sides of your waist elongating. All right, inhale here and then exhale, bend the knee and release the arms down. Do that again. Inhale it up. And exhale, bend. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Hold it in the bent position. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale, draw the hands to the heart and twist it to the left. Draw the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Now look down to your left toes and see that the left knee is lined over the ankle and the second toe. Then you can either keep your drishti at the toes or to your side. And then roll the shoulders open and feel that stretch into the right side of your waist, pressing back into the right heel. If your wrists don't like this position, you can make a fist and work your fists together so that your wrists are extended. And that's perfectly fine as well. Good. Now slowly press the floor away from you. So use the strength of your legs
Draw in through the navel, lift through the heart, and gradually come back up into that crescent lunge. Yeah, that's a bit challenging, but try to come out of it the same way as we went into it. Lower the hands to the floor and step back into a plank pose. Yeah, let's try another chaturanga, either straight or on your knees. This will make you strong. Inhale to upward dog or baby cobra. And exhale, pull it in to downward facing dog. And you try to roll over your toes. I have never seen anyone break their toes, so don't worry about that. Draw the right knee to the navel, softly step the right foot forward. Take a little dip down and push the floor away from you and come up. Yeah, balance, balance, come to me. Try to straighten out both of your legs. Press down into the left heel. Just feel that stretch into the calf. Drop the shoulders. Feel both sides of your waist elongated. Full inhale here, and then exhale, bend, arms down. Inhale, up, and exhale, down. Good. Yes, I forgot to say that our drishti here is right in front of us. So the more you can focus into that drishti, the easier it will then be for you to find your balance. So it gives you that sense of feeling what's happening all around your body. Inhale the arms up, hold it, right knee is bent. And then exhale, draw the hands to the heart. And twist it to the right. Draw your left elbow to the outside of the thigh. Press your palms against each other, roll the shoulders open. And then look down to your right big toe. And then see that the right knee is lined over the ankle and the second toe. And again, if you feel this in your wrist, make fists and then press your fists against each other. And play with your drishti, either down or to the side, as you press back into the left heel. Keep breathing. Good, now slowly start to come out of it. Press through the legs, draw in through the navel, lift through the heart, and gradually come back up. Yeah, victory! Lower the hands to the floor and little dip down, step the left foot forward. Inhale halfway. Did you want to do another chaturanga? Exhale, fold. Feel free if you want to do an extra one. Inhale, rise. And exhale, Namaste. Excellent. Rest the arms at the side of your body. Good. Now last standing pose. So I'm just going to move a little bit back, but you can be at the front of your mat. So feet are still in Samasthiti. Now shift the weight into the right leg. And we're going to draw the left heel towards the buttocks, just for a quadricep stretch. So your lower abs are active, chest is lifted. Now see that your left knee is directly below your hip. And you try to draw your heel as close to the buttocks as you can, while you maintain that Samasthiti, or your mountain pose. See if you can hold that. Support yourself onto a wall if you need to. If the heel is a little further away, that's okay. Just keep it exactly where you can. Alright, now with that strong core integration, you're going to stretch the leg away from your buttocks. Stretch it away so the arm extends. Reach the right arm up. And then slowly, with your focal point in front of you, hinge it forward. This is dancer's pose. Oops. Balance, balance. Come to me. Okay, just go as far as you can. And slowly rewind and lower the leg down. Very good. Shift the weight into the left leg. Keep the focal point in front of you. Draw, take a hold of the right foot. Draw the right heel towards the buttocks. Feel the lower abs. Feel the chest lifted. And feel the stretch into the right quad, the front of your thigh. Extend the left arm up. And then draw the heel away with your focal point in front of you. Descend it forward, just as far forward as you can. Good, and then pull the navel in and gradually release and rewind. Excellent, excellent. So now we're going to come down into the floor and do a few reclined poses to end it. Beautiful, I hope you're feeling good so far. So not to turn my back on you, but I'm going to go to the front of my mat here. And now we're going to roll down to the floor vertebrae by vertebrae. So make sure that you have your blocks and your strap with you. Oh, very good. So once you're down, just adjust yourself a little bit. So your lower back, your middle back, and your upper back is on the ground. Take your blocks, and with the soles of your feet together, you open up your knees to the side for bound angle pose. Now if you feel really tight in your groin, in your inner thighs, you can take a block and place it on whichever height you need it to be on so that your legs can rest on the blocks. And that is very valuable so that your legs can completely soften and the inner thighs can soften against the blocks. Place one hand on your belly, another hand on your heart. Oh, and just sigh. Take a full inhale and then a full complete exhale. And just allow that standing work that you did all come together in whichever way it needs to or has to find balance. It's quite a lot of strength that is involved, a lot of focus that is involved. So now just let yourself soften and completely relax. Stay connected to your breath. You can let your belly expand on the inhale and let it go back to normal on the exhale. Because now your spine and your body is completely supported against the floor. Good. Now gradually we're going to come out of it. So you can take your hands and place them behind your thighs, draw in through the navel, and very gradually just help them to come together. Good. And then draw your heels a little bit closer to the buttocks. Lift your heels off the floor, draw the navel in, and then slowly start to lift your legs off the floor. Okay? You're going to cross the right knee on top of the left. So try to cross your legs. And place your hands behind your thighs and draw your knees towards your chest. Okay? If you find that hard, then you can of course take your strap and place it behind and use the strap as leverage. Okay? So depending on where you're at. Now you might feel the stretch into the outer upper hip, maybe around your buttocks area. So this will prepare us. So this will prepare us for pigeon poses and ankle to knee poses coming on later. Good, and then release, and then change it. Left knee on top of the right. Right, make sure that your hip bones are anchored. And hold. Breathe in fully. Relax your shoulders down. Exhale it completely. Great, and release the legs. Now slowly just extend
one leg at a time. Open the legs, adjust your pelvis, flip your feet to the side, open the arms to the side, and turn your palms to face up. Just adjust your head, adjust your neck. Just rest into Shavasana, eyes closed, mouth closed. But it can also be helpful here that as you keep your eyes closed, you have that gentle drishti towards your nose tip. And focusing that right into your eyebrow center. Good, and gradually wiggle your toes and your fingers. Draw your legs together. And draw your non-dominant leg in first, and then your dominant leg in second. Lift your head. See if you can kiss your knees. Or send them air kisses. Thank them for their help and their support. Cup your hands around your knees and lift your head up as you draw the knees away. Draw in through your abdominals and gradually come up to a seated position. Namaste. I hope that this was helpful and that you felt like the parts that we worked on so far came together in this practice. And I think that as we go along more and more, you will start to feel that happening more and more. It's a little bit like learning the alphabet. We have to learn every single letter first before we can put it into words and then put it into sentences. And then once we have that, then we can, jumble it up and create whatever it is that we want to create. And that is super fun. And that's really what Goa Flow is all about, because creativity really is endless when you put yourself in that space of focus and connection with your breath and expanding just into victory. I would love to hear it, how this was for you and whether you are feeling that the parts are starting to come together as a unit. So please share with me in the comment box below and give it a thumbs up if you like this one. Please share with your friends. And please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you're well, enjoy, and I will see you next time. Bye! Mwah.